how does this support my special people? Personalized learning approach, it is very important to look at what is their interest, okay? Now, I'm a big believer is you don't get what you want, you get what you need, right? And in school, it's very hard to make individualized plans, right? We try our best, but in a classroom you have maybe 17 to 22 kids, right? In this school, we don't. We have smaller groups, and that way we can do that individualized learning because it doesn't always work for everybody, right? It's not a one size fits all. So making sure like, okay, Johnny needs to work 5 minutes and then he needs a 30-second jumping jack break. Now he's going to go back, right? What is that individualized plan? A holistic development focus, looking at how's his body working, right? If you didn't sleep the night before and now you need to come in and your head's on the desk, you're not going to focus, right? This daylight savings. Whew, I have this one little guy this week. Every time I look over, he's like half asleep on his desk. And I'm like, oh, buddy, let me put a little blanket on you, take a siesta, and then you can come back to math class because then you'll be ready, right? But we don't have that ability always, right? Especially for my amazing teachers that are online or my public school people, like you don't have that ability, right? But there are ways to make those individual schedules and how do I want to say it, like accommodations in a classroom. So incorporate Bain's attributes. So really looking at those 6 attributes. Structure yet flexible learning. You need to have some flexibility, right? They might be incredibly interested in robotics, right? But have no interest in reading a chapter book that's for class, right? Okay, so you want to learn about robotics? Now you're going to have to read the manual on how to do that, right? So there's ways that you can integrate some of those skills that they need. Emphasis on executive functioning skills. If you have a child that has ADHD, they do have deficits in executive functioning. It is just the way their brain is developed. And yes, they will have struggles at different periods of time, but once they learn learn strategies on how to support themselves, these are lifelong skills. Okay. Support and coaching, community and peer support. I just have a humongous heart for my parents, my school teachers, my social workers, because it takes a village. And some days as parents, you're completely burnt out and you just want to be like, oh my God, how do I make this better, right? Because you love your babies, right? You never want your kids to hurt and you always want the best for them. And sometimes everything you might have tried is just not working and you're like, okay, right? And same with your teachers, right? When you become a teacher, most teachers, I mean, there's rare few ones, but you love children and you want to help them, right? And so my lady out there that has that whole class with her executive functioning, like can't stress enough of like how much beautiful work you're doing because we need a lot of people to support the village. And then engagement with parents and caregivers. As parents, you need to advocate for your kids. You're the ones that are going to teach them how to advocate for themselves, as well as teachers will help your kids learn how to advocate for themselves too. But advocate, they need you. And even though it might be tired and daunting, the only way they're going to get the support that they need is from you guys advocating of like, this is what's working at home. Can you try this in the classroom, right? Or can you try this when you're out at a play group or whatever the situation or environment is?